Hey, 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 party people. It's Brandi and Cesley, and we're back with Blooming Through Faith, the podcast that helps you grow and bloom in your mindset, lifestyle, health, and wealth. We want you to know that you are capable, beautiful, and worthy.
In a world filled with challenges and setbacks, perseverance is the key that unlocks our potential. So today, we want to explore what it means to persevere. We want to share some inspiring stories and practical tips that can help push you through obstacles and help you to stay committed to your goals. Whether you're facing personal struggles, professional struggles, or just like daily hurdles, this episode is packed with things to help motivate you to keep you going. So let's dive in and let's discover the power of perseverance together through our 4 tips for perseverance.
I love it. Okay, so tip number 1, community. You need trusted people to coach, encourage, support, and challenge you. Okay, hear me out. Community is essential for women who need to develop perseverance because it provides a supportive system that encourages resilience through shared experiences. So, what you'll notice when you have a community is you're actually not going through things alone. Okay, a lot of us think, okay, we talk about the highlight reel, that stupid damn highlight reel. We look on social media and somebody else just had a baby and they act like they live in their best life and you're over here with postpartum. No, actually, that woman's probably going through it too, but you just don't see that. So you want to surround yourself with a community that's going through similar things or has similar values, questions, that kind of fun stuff, so that you guys can go through that together. All right. Being part of a community means you're surrounded by others who understand your challenges, that can offer you encouragement and hold you accountable when things get tough. Okay. It creates a safe space where women can share their struggles, learn from each other's journeys, and draw strength from collective wisdom. What I will tell you is I have a beautiful community of friends, and Cecily and I talk about this all the time. It's like one week I will be like, something will be going on and I'm just like not having it. And she's like, it's cool, girl, got this X, Y, and Z. And then the next week it might be Cecily like, oh my
The
gosh, I'm
next week, I'm
drowning.
having a mental breakdown.
A mental breakdown,
Just
100%.
alternate.
But we can, yes, we do. It's really weird. And maybe that's God, but he does that to us a lot.
Yeah.
Like
I'll be
100%.
having a great week. You'll be having a terrible week. I'm like, I got this. It's okay.
Yes, 100%. And then it also makes us feel good that we have friendships and understands. I have another group of girlfriends that I just went to today, and I was like, or it was yesterday, because something really, it was my son's first birthday, and I was doing something nice, and I was donating clothes. And when I got there, like, I have my 1-year-old, I have my 4-year-old, I had to park far away. I'm like holding all of them, and nobody offered to help me. I was like, I literally spent 4 hours getting these clothes together to donate. I'm coming to this school, I'm dropping it off on my son's birthday, and anyway, long story short is, I went and reached out to this group because it's like a safe space. And I was like, guys, I just need a second to vent.
Yeah.
And that is okay. It is okay to feel your feelings. It's okay to get mad. It's okay to have these safe people that you can go to and be yourself and know, like, hey, and they validated me. They're like, wow, that's really wrong. Like, what in the world? Like, why didn't anybody help you? Right. And so different
Oh my
groups.
gosh. I love that. You just made me think of an example that was exactly like that. And I have to share it. Now I'm interrupting. So
I love it.
sorry. But that just reminded me of today, actually. So today I'm leaving a workout that I'm running, and a good friend of mine who had texted me earlier and was like, oh, I can't make it to the workout. I'm so sorry. Like, I have to get my daughter ready for it's Cowgirl Day at her school, right? It's Cowgirl Day. I have to get her ready for Cowgirl Day. And I was like, okay, girl, you go get ready for Cowgirl Day. Turns out she had gone to like 3 different stores to find the cutest hat, the cutest clothes. Her daughter was dressed so cute. And then she pulls into the workout as soon as the workout is over and gets out of her car and goes, I just need a hug. And I was like, what's wrong? This big hug. She's crying. And she was like, it wasn't Cowgirl Day. That was last week and I missed it. And I know every mom listening to this is like, yeah, I understand. Like, we all have had those moments. But just the fact that she knew that she could come up and just show up and just vent and cry and need a hug. And I was like, okay, We're just gonna
And
stay in
all
the
of us
parking lot.
moms get that. Like
Mhm.
that something so similar happened
Yeah.
yesterday. Stay with us, girls. Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
We're gonna get
we're
back to
going to have
it.
some conversation. We'll be back to the tips. Okay. But something so similar happened yesterday,
Yeah.
Cecily. And I felt like such a failure of a mom. So like I took the day off yesterday. I didn't get into my messages. I didn't work. I'm feeling like a good mom because most of the time I'm juggling a lot of things and I feel like
Mhm.
a stinking average mom. But yesterday was his first birthday. I was only family. It was great. However, I picked up my 4-year-old from school
Mhm.
and he gets in the car. He goes, Mommy, Grayson was dressed like Buzz Lightyear. And I'm like, okay. He goes, it was Toy Story Day at school. And he goes, and so was dressed as Iron Man. And I'm like, oh, shit. I go, oh, it was Disney character day, wasn't it, honey? He goes, yep. I go,
Oh.
oh, okay. And I forgot because we had a
Yeah.
hurricane and that was supposed to be
Yeah.
Spirit Week. That week
And
of the
life
hurricane.
too,
And it was,
like
and yeah, and it was on my calendar, Cecily, and I had it on my calendar for the week that it was supposed to be. And then, yes, they sent out an email, but I didn't put it on my calendar. I didn't remember. Anyway, I felt so bad because we have a Woody outfit. We have a
you have
Captain
so
America
many Toy
outfit.
Story outfits.
So
You
many
would have
twin
been
tips.
so
And I'm
good.
like, this was the
I
one
know.
time we could
This
dress up
is
and I
our
didn't have to
time to
buy
shine.
anything. So I felt like a
Oh.
failure of a mom. And he, of course, he's 4 years old, right? It is not the end of the world for him. It's gonna be okay. But my heart broke because
Yeah.
as moms, we want to be that mom who is bringing the cookies, that is on time, who is donating, who's doing all of the things, who has
But
their
there's
kid
somebody
dressed
that
up.
is doing all that and they're posting about it all too. And you're like, okay.
Damn it, Linda. It's like, okay,
You.
Linda, I'm so glad that you're on top of things all the time.
Like the moms who are like, look at the bento box I made my child for school lunch. I'm like, well, my daughter will only eat corn dogs. So
That's
I'm
hilarious. So
so
Mitch
sorry.
actually makes Troy's box and it's like a 6-pack, so it is kind of like that.
So cute.
So cute. Anyways, okay, let's go back. So you guys know if you are struggling as a mom and you make mistakes, this is your
You
community.
need people.
Right
You need
here,
community.
we are your people,
Because you'll go
okay?
home and tell your husband and they'll be like, that's not a big deal. Who
Oh,
cares?
yeah, guys don't
And you're like,
understand at all. And you're like
this is a big deal.
crying and you're feeling like a failure of a mom
Yep.
and they're like who cares? Like they just don't get it.
They're like, I don't know why schools do that anyway. That's dumb.
Exactly. 100%. Okay. So honestly, having a community, you have bonds formed in that community that help combat isolation. You never want to feel alone, okay? You're not alone. I guarantee other people are going through the same things and the same feelings. It boosts confidence. It reminds you guys to, I don't know, push through adversity. You can push through adversity together because you're not going through it alone. All right.
Yeah.
If you are a woman who thinks you don't need a community, it's because you've never had it. Okay. I'm going to repeat that.
That's
If you're a
important.
woman who's like, nope, don't need a community, don't need any help, blah, 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 it's because you've never had it. Because having a team of women in your corner supporting you, having your back, making you feel valid, not judging you because you're not perfect, that, my friends, is a game changer.
And honestly, I was that woman for a while. So I'll just
Of
like
course
raise
you
my
were.
hand.
You're such a jerk.
Okay. So I was the type of woman that I was like, you know what? I was a single mom. There were a lot of women who judge. Okay. I would bring my son to school and you had all the perfect moms and all the perfect families. And I'd be like, okay, well, clearly you guys have it all together. I do not. I'm so sorry. And I would roll in there and I'd be like, I really am not friends with women. Women are just not, I don't know why they don't like me. They're just not my people. That's the type of girl I was. I was the girl that was like, I'm not really friends with women. And then I got me some friends that were women and I was like, oh no, I need these women in my life. Like I want to talk to these women more times a day than I talk to my husband. I love my husband.
100%, but it's the right women. So
Right.
also some women, and if you're listening to this and you're like, well, no, I've had girlfriends, but I've been burned. They
No,
talk about
you had fake friends.
They don't support me. Those are fake friends. Those aren't real friends. That's not your community. All right.
Yep. Oh yeah, completely. Completely not your community. You have to find, and also like I love what you said about pushing through adversity, because if you're being kind of a scaredy cat about a dream that you have and you share it with a woman who is really down to ride for you, like a friend, they are not going to let you sleep on your dreams. Like if you share something with somebody, I have a friend who is terrified of public speaking. She's terrified of being a leader of anything, and she just started this discipleship school, and every time she does something that makes her uncomfortable, she texts me and I'm like, yes. Like today she texted me and she's like, I prayed over somebody, a total stranger, and I didn't throw up and I feel really good about that. And I was like, yes. Let's go. And it's like so cool because you need those women who are just going to push you a little bit into kind of like a scared zone because you have to be pushed. That's how you persevere. All right. Number 2, okay? In order to persevere, you have to have honesty. You have to be honest. Faking it will not help you make it, okay? I know we always think like, oh, just fake it till you make it. No, just be honest, okay? When you're honest with yourself, when you're honest with others, it helps bring you self-awareness and also just a little bit of accountability. If I'm like trying to act like I'm really good when I'm not, when you ask somebody how they're doing and they're like, oh, I'm fine, but they look really not fine. And you're like, okay, well, that's BS. So let's talk about it. Like you have to, if you want to have the key to growth, it's being honest all the time. When you're honest with yourself, you can acknowledge your strengths, your weaknesses. You can actually confront those areas that you're fearful of because you have to actually say, hey, I'm not jumping into this because it scares me a little bit. Like I'm not pushing forward for this because this is an area obviously where I think that I'm not very good at. Like, so you have to have that kind of self-reflection so that it can help you to set realistic goals, address setbacks. It's about not having self-deception, right? We don't want to have self-deception or make excuses for ourselves. Like how often do you meet someone and all they do is say like, oh, well, I would have done that, but I was too busy. I would have gone here, but that's not really my thing. No, a lot of times that comes from just a lack of self-honesty, right? So in order to, by embracing that honesty, you can really push through challenges with more clarity and integrity and really build resilience that you need to persevere. You have to get honest even when it's hard. And this is really important to me because for me, when I started to acknowledge my weaknesses and the places where I was struggling, that's how I got to gain access to God's strength, right? So like, we're human, we're weak. There are so many things that we can never accomplish on our own. But when we're weak and when we're going through the biggest storms of our life, that's when God's strength really shines. And we're able to see how powerful He is and how amazing He is in taking care of us and kind of carrying us through to that next wave. But if I just think like, oh, it's okay, I got it, it's almost like you're not accessing that great free wonderful power that you have access to. You're just like, oh, I'm good. I'll just stay stuck right here. So faking it will only get you so far. You cannot persevere in an environment where you are flailing and faking. Period.
Flailing
And
and
faking.
faking. Oh my gosh.
That was a hard word to say. Flailing.
I know. I don't think I've ever said it, so I had to say it. Flailing. Say it. Flailing. Okay. 3, guys, vision. So let's do it. Full of belief. Confident that we're presentable inside and out. Let's keep a firm grip on the promises that keep us going. He always keeps His word. Hebrews 10:22-23. Okay. Having a vision helps build perseverance. Okay. That's a big word for us today because it provides a clear sense of purpose and direction, acting as a guiding light during difficult times. And guess what, guys? You've heard us say it. You're going to hear us say it over and over again. Life is hard. It doesn't ever really get easier. All right. You're going to continue to get knocked down. But when you know that vision, you can continue to keep showing up. Okay. When you have a strong vision of where you want to go, you're more likely to stay focused and motivated, even faced with obstacles or setbacks. And I say this a lot too, guys, like the vision's going to keep you going, but the only way to fail is to give up. All right. To not quit on your goals and your dreams and your purpose. A compelling vision serves as a reminder of why you're pushing forward, helping you to keep the bigger picture in your mind when challenges arise. It gives meaning to your effort, it fuels your determination, and it reinforces the belief that the struggle is worth it, which it is, guys. It is so worth it. Nothing worth it in life comes easy, period. Cesley said that all the time. Period, point blank. Okay. With a vision in place, you're more likely to develop, here it is, resilience needed for perseverance.
Yeah. Amen. That's my favorite one, I think, because here's the thing. If God has given you a vision, that's not an accident, right? Like we think our ideas are just our ideas. Like they just come to us. They just flow in and out. I have to break it to you guys. We're not that smart. We're not that smart. We're not that brilliant. Okay. We don't come up with these ideas on our own. Like if God has planted a vision in your head, It is now your job to step forward in faith and to have belief and confidence in your ability to complete that vision. Because if he's given you the vision, he's going to help you do it. I mean, when I first told my friends, I'll tell you what, that I was making the move into ministry and I was going to be a pastor, I got some funny looks. I got a lot of like naysayers. Okay. And then I also got some people who were like, how are you going to do that with everything else you do? How are you going to do that? I was like, I don't know, but God gave me the vision. So that means that I have to be successful in it. Right? Like when Brandi was jumping into brand new territory and a brand new business and a brand new company, it wasn't that she was like, I think I'll just do this like on a random day, right?
No.
Like it wasn't like she's like, I think I'll just, jump into something brand new with my family and my whole life and just turn it upside down. No, she was like, God has given me this vision. It is my job now to be honoring to that vision and work as hard as I can to make that happen. So I love that. All right, you guys, on to number 4, healthy rhythms. Our last tip for you in how to develop perseverance is to develop healthy rhythms. So just straight up, we fall back on old habits when we hit resistance, right? Something gets hard. Fitness gets hard, workouts get hard. What do? You sit back on the couch and you skip a workout or two because you're like, oh, that was really hard. I don't want to do that again, right? Business gets hard. What do? You ignore your phone for a couple days because you're like, I don't really want to deal with that. That took a lot of work. I don't know if I want to do that. So you have to prepare for perseverance. I'm going to say that again. You have to
That's
prepare
good.
for perseverance. You have to build strong habits of prayer, rest, accountability, and worship, you guys. Spiritual habits are so important because they ground your life in God's principles that nurture spiritual growth. You have to develop your grit, your personal discipline, right? Like I don't wake up and because I get asked this a lot, like, well, why do you wake up so early? Well, it's the only time that I'm able to develop my grit and my personal discipline. And if I let that go, what else is going to go? Like if I say, well, that's not that important. If reading my Bible every day is not that important. If working out, I'm not going to say every day because I'd be lying. Working out most days is not important. If moving my body every day is not important, what else is not important? Right?
Right.
It's a trickle effect. The little things turn into the big things. So consistently practicing habits like prayer, meditation on scripture, gratitude. We talk about this all the time. Disciplining yourself in gratitude so that when you're hit with those negative thoughts, you're able to fight against them because you have this discipline of gratitude, service, worship. Have you ever just had a bad day and just put on music and danced around in your kitchen and felt better? That's not an accident, y'all. That's called worship, right? Like this is something that is meant to bring us joy. These habits foster a deeper relationship with God. They help bring you peace, wisdom, and guidance. That's what you need to persevere. As you cultivate these sort of biblical habits, they're going to help shape your thoughts, your attitudes, your actions in alignment with faith and enable you to persevere through challenges with grace and purpose. So you have to be anchored in that spiritual truth because ultimately these habits form the foundation for living a life of integrity, of love, and of service to others. We want to be a service to others.
Always, always, always. So, quick recap, grow girls. All right. 4 tools for perseverance. 1, get you that community. 2, honesty. 3, vision. And 4, healthy rhythms. Okay. When you're faced with challenges, take a look at these 4 things. We want you to step into challenges with perseverance and grace. And as always, you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are capable, and we can't wait to watch you grow, girl.